Hey everybody! Hey, welcome to this latest episode of the Beekeeper version of the Movies America spoiler warning, or the Movies America live here going on. So that's what we've got going on in this particular episode going on. So as I mute the other episode here on my other screen, so that's why I'm off to the rough start that I am right there. So when you've got the show up on multiple screens, there's always a chance that one of them is going to be unmuted. And so, yeah, if you heard the episode there for a second played back, that would definitely be why. So that's, it's a well-oiled machine here at Movies America Corporation. So, yeah, you bet. So, but yeah, let's get right into it here. So, again, like I just think I mentioned there for a brief second, this is a Beekeeper version of Movies America Live here on this Sunday. And Jason Statham, he's back in action and is full of good ideas on how to get the bad guys.
Here's what we do. I go into the face-off machine, get a whole new face.
Do you have quarters? Because it costs 50 cents.
Well, got to pay.
No, because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, so, and his latest movie isn't the Transporter 17, the Mechanic 9, or the Meg 23. It's the Beekeeper. And in a total movie performance change for him, he beats and kills a lot of people in this one. And he also makes delicious honey for the audience to enjoy with their tea and crumpets while watching this movie. Now, in the Beekeeper, Statham, he teaches the world you don't mess with Claire Huxtable, okay? Phylicia Rashad in this. Not on his watch, all right? So don't mess with her. Not ever.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies America.
Hey, everybody. Hey, again. So we're going to get right into the Beekeeper here, but first I want to say hello to my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics and everyone on Rumble and YouTube and Pilled. We're going to have the Pilled posse here on Pilled in the live chat, hopefully, and then we got our Rumble Rogues in the live chat on Rumble, and then on YouTube, we may get some people coming in from YouTube. We don't get a whole lot from the YouTube world, okay, which is perfectly fine with me. I think Rumble and Pilled are much better platforms, but hey, that's a whole totally different subject right there. But yeah, so on that note, you can live chat with me through Pilled, through Rumble, through YouTube, any questions you have about the Beekeeper, any comments, whatever you got, okay? So I want to hear from you, all right? So, let's get right into the Beekeeper and let you know some of my thoughts right there. So, this is directed by David Ayer. David Ayer, he wrote Training Day, and I think we can all agree, Training Day, Denzel Washington, Ethan Hawke, pretty damn good movie. And also he directed End of Watch, Fury, Suicide Squad, Harsh Times, Street Kings, and so he's a specialist at directing movies that take place like in LA and with the cops and that kind of thing. Now that doesn't really pertain to this movie here, but so essentially the plot of the Beekeeper is we've got Jason Statham, and at first glance you think he's like just this soft-spoken reclusive beekeeper, right? Just keeping bees on the property of this nice elderly lady played by Phylicia Rashad, who we all know as Claire Huxtable from back in the 80s, okay? The one, I guess, who drank enough of Bill Cosby's laced Kool-Aid to actually marry him in the Cosby Show there. So, and so she ends up getting, she becomes a victim of cybercrime. Okay, they get her with one of those pop-up ads. Saying, "Hey, your hard drive is corrupted. You better call us." And she calls them up, and they basically, they make her a victim of cybercrime. They drain like all of her money, and just out of anguish, she takes her own life essentially. So obviously Jason Statham isn't having that because he likes Claire Huxtable in this movie. Okay, she let him keep his bees on her property and their friends, and she invited him to dinner, at the beginning of this movie. And he's bringing her jars of honey, or a jar of honey, for God's sakes. I mean, these are people that they're friends. He likes her. And so then when he finds out that some, dirty, disgusting, sleazy cyber criminals, took advantage of her so much where she felt she had to, self-delete, then yeah, it's time for a little payback. Okay. And as we all know from Jason Statham, let me try that one more time. Jason Statham's previous movies, there you go. He's really good at getting payback. All right, so kicking butt, taking names, and all that stuff right there. And this also has Jeremy Irons in it, Josh Hutcherson. Minnie Driver. A lot of people know her best from Good Will Hunting as Matt Damon's girlfriend in that movie. What's the other one? A Gross Point Blank, again playing John Cusack's girlfriend in that movie. And a number of other no-name actors that you probably aren't going to know. And now, just to let you guys know, the beekeepers out there in the world, slow your roll, okay? This isn't finally the movie that'll make you look cool like Top Gun made fighter pilots look cool, okay? Women aren't going to stop thirsting over firefighters and musicians just to thirst over beekeepers instead. So it's not going to go down like that. But yeah, it's the Beekeeper. I think it's a good movie. I mean, just to let you know that from the jump before we get into this any further. One of the reasons it's good is because I think it's a welcome callback to 90s action like Under Siege and Hard Target and Con Air. It's even got a little John Wick in it, with the movie creating this aura and specter of beekeepers, sort of like the high table and adjudicators and harbingers of the world of John Wick. And also it has unbelievable action like John Wick. Okay, so unbelievable in the spectacle that you're seeing, and unbelievable in that the main character really would be dead 5 minutes into the whole thing in real life. Okay, and like Steven Seagal, being portrayed as a lowly cook at the beginning of Under Siege, Jason Statham, he's like this soft-spoken, reclusive beekeeper bringing honey to a kindly elderly lady, again played by Phylicia Rashad. And then you get circumstances beyond his control that compel him to call Honey Nut Cheerios and tell them that they'll have to get their honey elsewhere. And Jason Statham goes into ass-kicking mode. And you even get Jeremy Irons, who played the big bad in the 90s in Die Hard with a Vengeance. And he's playing a baddie in The Beekeeper. Now, he's the ex-CIA director here instead of Hans Gruber's brother, though. And Irons, he does give this movie a little bit more heft to it than it otherwise would have had. But you also get some filler supporting roles that you have to tolerate in between the action sequences, I guess, to ensure your appreciation of the action even more. I mean, to be honest with you, I just use those filler scenes to catch some Z's in between the scenes where Statham is impaling guys and blowing up buildings. Okay, so and to that point here, whenever I mention impaling guys, I just have to get a drink. Okay, so because the throat always could use a little bit more hydrating, right? Especially when you're in this game here doing live stream. So here we go. All right. And so let's, I got some other thoughts here about the Beekeeper. I almost said Hard Target there. I'm not reviewing Hard Target in this whatsoever. So, but about the Beekeeper, it's straight up, it's trying to be a morality tale of sorts. Statham's character, Adam Clay. So I've been calling him the Beekeeper, which he is, but he's got a real name, a Christian name in this of Adam Clay. Which they do mention in this movie, obviously. And so Adam Clay, he talks about how it's wrong to victimize children and the elderly. And he points out that victimizing the elderly is worse because at least with kids, there's parents that can step in. With the elderly, there's none of that, okay? I mean, we got Phylicia Rashad, the elderly character in this instance, is... she's in the movie for about 10 seconds. Hey, real quick here, let me take a break here and welcome. We got the Unfolding Joker in the live chat here. So, thank you. Whoa, excuse me, bear burp there. And he says, "Aye, movies, Merica. Good to see you, brother." I saw and decided to go into pirate mode there. Arr. Good to see you there, Unfolding Joker. I won't make you walk the plank. And he says, smash the Rumble and share. But so the like button and Rumble, smash the like button in YouTube and Pilled if you're in there as well. Just start smashing things, okay? And he's got a cool beer emoji in here as he's laughing it up here. So I appreciate you joining me here, Unfolding Joker. We'll see if we can get some people to break away from NFL playoff football right now and join us here on Movies America Live. Okay, so all right, but yep, good to see you. And hopefully we get some folks here on Pilled live chat and YouTube live chat. Don't really care about that. So, but where was I? So, but in this case, I mean. With like I was saying, with the elderly, there's no parents to step in if the elderly are made victim or become victims of anything in life here. And again, Phylicia Rashad, she plays the elderly character in this instance that is victimized. And unfortunately, she's in this movie for about 10 whole seconds, okay? So it seems like you really don't get a chance to really like her, but you get the idea that she's a kindly, nice elderly lady. And on top of that, it's wrong to victimize anyone, particularly the elderly. So when the Beekeeper rights a wrong with some debt cord, plastic explosives, automatic weapons, and Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary here, you feel some satisfaction. And it's absolutely refreshing to see some tech D-bags get jacked up, okay? I mean, it's like if the Beekeeper broke into Stratton Oakmont halfway into the movie The Wolf of Wall Street and piss-pounded Jordan Belfort and his cronies. Now, the cartoonish cyber criminals, they talk and dress just like the coked-up, sleazy, skeezy scumbags from that movie. You even got the scammers call center bosses talk like they were just playing cards with Tony Soprano up in the bada bing. And the writer of this movie, Kurt Wimmer, he does a great job at escalating just how far up the power ladder this cybercrime goes. Now, Wimmer, he also wrote some great movies like the Pierce Brosnan, the Thomas Crown Affair, Assault with Angelina Jolie, Law-Abiding Citizen with Gerard Butler and Jamie Foxx, and the much, much underappreciated Street Kings with Keanu Reeves and a rare Chris Evans role that has nothing to do with him carrying a shield around. And so, in short, this movie is Statham going all Public Enemy and fighting the power. Okay, so Yeah, those are just some initial thoughts of the Beekeeper. I almost said the Beer Keeper. That would be a cool movie too. So, yeah, the Beer Keeper. Again, I just did it again. The Beekeeper. There we go. The Beekeeper, the latest Jason Statham movie. So, real quick here, let me tell you guys all about our tdpn.locals.com website. TDPN standing for Till Death Podcast Network. You see it right up there at the very top. Okay, so the tdpn.locals.com website is our website here that we have our like articles and videos and blogs all about entertaining things like movies and entertainment. We've got all that stuff, all like the articles and videos and blogs about like cocktail recipes and politics and hot button sizzling topics of the day, that kind of thing. And you get it in a very, very different way, okay, a very unique way to the Till Death Podcast Network, in a way that you're not going to see anywhere else, okay? Believe me, okay? Believe me, all right? When I lie to you, come on. Doesn't this look like a trusting face? Yes. So, as you see down at the very bottom there, if you go in there and if you go to tdpn.locals.com and put in promo code TDPN, you get 1 month free membership to this website, okay? And so the reason is because there is premium membership to this website where you pay at least $3 a month and to get access to all the VIP premium content. Now, there is some free content on there, but not very much. The premium members get the good stuff. They get the goods. And right now, as it says at the bottom, you can get 1 free month of premium access, and you're going to get access to things like Movies America Mad Libs on there. That's a way, or that's something we have on there where you can flex your creative muscles and help out with a movie screenplay, kind of a fake movie screenplay, kind of a fun movie screenplay that I'm writing, but also you're writing. So you can get on there and you can add some lines to the movie screenplay. And so you'll find that under Movies America Mad Libs, but you only have access to that if you're a premium member, okay? And what the real perk of Movies America Mad Libs is whatever lines you write in the screenplay, I and Ian and Sean, we have to read your lines live. And we're going to do that on one of the Movies America spoiler warning episodes that I do on Thursday nights. We're going to do it live on there. We do a live table read of whatever you write, okay? So you can get on there and get as crazy, get as nuts, get as debaucherous in whatever you write. And yeah, we have to read it, okay? Whatever you write, we have to read live, okay? For you and the whole world to laugh at us all over, okay? So, yep. And we got Unfolding Joker adding some good stuff here. Says the Beekeeper sounds like he might be friends with the Machine Gun Preacher. Very well could be. I mean, there's got to be like some kind of like Alien versus Predator kind of movie mashup that could be done with that, the Beekeeper and the Machine Gun Preacher. I mean, yeah, get to Gerard Butler and Jason Statham in the same movie. So a couple of conventional modern time action badasses. So, get to on there. To all that to say is back to tdpn.locals.com. Yeah, get in there and put in that promo code TDPN for that 1 month free membership. Okay, get it done. All right, we are going to move on here, everybody, in this episode of Movies America Live, a Beekeeper episode of Movies America Live. And so one take du jour that a lot of movie critics nowadays have is that movies are too long, right? In many cases, they're right, but they'll never have that take about movies being too long about the Beekeeper, okay? It takes a mere 1 hour and 45 minutes to pollinate this cinematic flower. That's like one sitcom episode in comparison to the self-important, bloated run times of many recent movies. I mean, for instance, there's no reason Indiana Jones and a Dial of Destiny needed to be 2 hours and 34 minutes, or The Flash had to, ironically, be a very slow 2 hours and 24 minutes long. There's no need for that. And The Beekeeper doesn't buzz around for nearly that long. While I appreciate the beekeeper filmmakers wanting to provide an efficient, get down to business runtime so we can all get to the Chinese restaurant to get our honey chicken that much faster, it could have used more length. I think we can all hear Michael Scott somewhere blurting out his favorite line right now on that one. Now, the abbreviated nature of the scenes and the quick cut editing, particularly in the first half hour, doesn't help draw you into the story. It makes everything seem very detached and routine. And then there's some scenes that should have been allowed to breathe like a fine $3 bottle of Boone's Farm so we can be allowed into the story, okay? I mean, one great example of this is there should have been more time allotted for Statham and Phylicia Rashad's character to interact. I mean, to really sell us on him caring about her a lot. I mean, I've had longer conversations with Salvation Army bell ringers out in front of a Walmart than these two are allowed to have in this movie. I mean, the movie is just too rushed in the first act. Beekeeper filmmakers, don't listen to the movie critics bloviating about runtimes. They're not talking about you. So yeah, flesh out the movie a little bit. I mean, that's what they should have done. And the movie kind of suffers for it there. But now, real quick here, let me tell you all about this great product, okay? And there's no easy way to segue into it because it's just a fantastic product, and that product is Nature Clear. Yes, Nature Clear. I don't think I've got that. Yep, right side up. There we go. And Nature Clear, what is it? Well, it's a recovery powder that you can take before you go out and you have all your good times, all right? Before you go to the dance club or whatever. If they still call them dance clubs, I don't know. Before you go out there and you don't want to have to worry about a hangover when you get home from said dance club, you just put this in like 12 ounces of water or your typical bottle of water, and you just chug that on down before you go out, okay? Now, if you get out there and you're having a good time, you're 12 tequila shots in, and you realize like, oh my God, I forgot to take my Nature Clear. What am I thinking? Hey, take it easy on yourself, okay? Calm down, get your blood pressure down, okay? And just take this whenever you get home. Not a problem. It's almost like the Nature Clear folks were thinking ahead, thinking that some people might forget to take this, okay? So they designed it to where you can just take it when you get home and you don't have to worry about a hangover. It helps you avoid a hangover, helps you recover from any hangovers you have. And it helps you recover from smoking and vaping as well, okay? So this is like a Swiss Army knife of recovery. And so right now, if you're smart, you're asking, Van, how do I get my hands on some Nature Clear? Well, I will tell you, ladies and gents, you just have to click on the Nature Clear description down or link in the description and grab yourself whatever Nature Clear products you want at the website. And then get them in the cart, and then all you gotta do is put in promo code movies in the promo code field there, and you are gonna get up to 25% off your next order. Okay, so don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Don't think about it too much. Just do it. Okay, so that's the way to go. And the hangover you avoid could be your own. All right, so get that done. All right, everybody. So I'm just trying to help you guys out. I'm not just here to tell you about movies. I'm here to kind of help stave off hangover disaster for you. All right, if you will. So now back to the Beekeeper. Okay, but real quick here, let me get a tug off a little brew. All right, because again, always got to stay hydrated. Oh yeah. See, I got to have my honey. Okay, I got to have my honey to be able to perform in said show in Movies Merica Live right here. So, but that's how it goes. I mean, that's just part of part of the industry. So now about some of the other characters in the Beekeeper. I mean, some of them are just balls to the wall, over the top. I mean, you have one assassin character who looks like she's straight out of the movie Smoke and Aces, from back in 2006, whenever Smoke and Aces came out. I mean, she's like a psycho Amy Winehouse with a minigun. And then you have the main scumbag of the movie, played by Josh Hutcherson from the Hunger Games movies, and then Five Nights at Freddy's here recently. And Josh Hutcherson, who he basically plays Hunter Biden. Okay, he's a coked out, vapid, spoiled, rotten to the core, greedy, evil little boy who can shave. Who Jeremy Irons' political professional character pretty much has to clean up after. Irons is pretty much like an evil Alfred to this puny Bruce Wayne, if Bruce Wayne weren't also Batman. And then you have the aforementioned overcompensating greaseball Goombas who run the cybercrime call centers and dress like Silvio from The Sopranos and talk like they've seen Boiler Room about 7,113 times too many. And then you have the supporting characters that I can't think of a reason why on God's green earth they had so much screen time. I mean, even you have Emmy Raver-Lampman playing Phylicia Rashad's daughter, who is an absolute cure for insomnia. Also, she has the same reaction upon seeing her dead mom right after she's self-deleted that I do when I see a shoe store that doesn't have my size for those running shoes I wanted, okay? I mean, show some emotion, why don't you? Now, she's an FBI agent who we get a lot of scenes with, along with her partner Wiley, played by Bobby Naderi. Their scenes are those filler scenes I was talking about earlier that provided me with some refreshing sleep until I heard Beekeeper gunfire. Their conversations are some of the worst dialogue in the screenplay, and it also doesn't help that Emmy Raver-Lampman has the acting charisma of Brie Larson on Muscle Relaxers. I mean, if that doesn't illustrate it, I don't know what does right there. But yeah, she time to go back to acting school if you went there in the first place. I mean, I have my thoughts as far as why she's in the movie and why she's such a prominent movie character in this movie. She doesn't really need to be in the movie whatsoever, but anyway, I think I've belabored that point enough to the point where I'm getting really, really thirsty, okay? And, I think it's time. I think it's time for a little brew review time. What do you guys say? Let's get into it. All right, everybody. So today we have a little Hop and Sting Brewing Company, Wiser time. Okay, so Hop and Sting Brewing Company is out of Grapevine, Texas. All right, so that's a suburb of Dallas-Fort Worth, and this is like just a wheat beer that I don't really know much about. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, I just saw it at Total Wine and More here in town. And just thought, you know what, I'm going to give this beer a chance right here. And I mean, there's not too many wheat beers that I like, but there's a few and far between wheat beers that I do typically like here. And actually, on a pleasant note, it's a pleasant surprise that I do like this particular wheat beer, this Wiser Time. And I think it's because it's got like this very subtle kind of banana blast to it. Okay, now I'm making this beer sound like some banana blast ice cream treat from Dairy Queen. It's not that. It's not some sickly sweet beer or anything like that. But yeah, it's pretty damn good. And since I don't know much about it here, I'm not gonna yap about it for too long. But in short, I would recommend it. So yeah, so Hop and Sting Brewing Company, Wiser Time. And you can probably get it on drizzly.com or Open Bar. I think that's an app as well. Because this is not going to be a beer you're going to be able to get everywhere, like Budweiser or Modelo or something like that, Coors Light. All right, so let's take a tug off this bad boy. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff right there. Got to save some for later on, everybody. So, yeah, that has been Brew Review Time. All right, and now for some random thoughts. Now, I have to say, Jason Statham is still really one of the more dependable action stars, aging or not. Sure, he's had some bloody awful stinkers, like the Crank and the Meg movies and Parker, but he's got some ace movies like Wrath of Man and The Bank Job. He, of course, became famous from the Guy Ritchie movies, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and Snatch. And this is another departure from the usual settings. Just to go on another note here about this movie. Beer burps are coming fast and furious, to mention another Jason Statham movie there. So, he was in some later Furious movies, I should say. But David Ayer, the director of this movie here that I think I was mentioning a little earlier, this movie is another departure from the usual settings that David Ayer features in his movies, which is the gritty side of L.A. And now David Ayer, he grew up in the rough neighborhoods of L.A. before going into the Navy. And quite frankly, that's why many of his early movies, like Harsh Times with Christian Bale, Street Kings with Keanu Reeves, and End of Watch with Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena, were set there. And then with Fury, starring Brad Pitt, as the tank commander, he went over to World War II Europe, about as far from LA as you can get. And additionally, Ayer, unfortunately, has taken heat for being a white director whose gritty LA neighborhood movies have black and Latino characters in them. Now, the people coming after David Ayer with torches and pitchforks, I guess, forgot that there are black and Latino people in gritty LA neighborhoods, okay? Now, however, to them, him having these characters in his movies, I guess to them is a white man appropriating black and Latino culture. I know, you can't make this stuff up. It's amazing. It's amazing. But yeah, let me take a moment here, just while I'm thinking about it, to remind you of my Movies America spoiler warning show that comes out on Thursday nights. Okay, and that's a show where it's definitely not spoiler free. I spoil you rotten about the show. And this Thursday night's episode is all going to be about this movie, The Beekeeper, okay? And that's going to be another opportunity for us to engage back and forth about the Beekeeper. Any questions, comments you have about The Beekeeper or any movie, rather, okay? You can live chat with me on Thursday night, and that is going to be at 7 Eastern and 6 Central, 5 Mountain, and 4 Pacific, okay? And you can watch it on pilled.net, I should say, and Rumble and YouTube. And the best way to get to that episode is usually if you go to my X page or Gab page, or go to the Till Death Podcast Network page there on X. You can see the links to join the Movies America spoiler warning show there on Thursday, okay? And you can check that out, or go to Movies America on Rumble. I mean, there's a number of different ways that you'll be able to get to the Movies America spoiler warning show on Thursday, okay? So, but yeah, check that out. I look forward to seeing you guys there. It's a good time, and now the show's going to be longer than this one right here, so I usually try to keep these Sunday Movies America live shows short, because I know people got things to do, including my good buddy Unfolding Joker here in the live chat here on Rumble. So, and yeah, he definitely appreciates a brew review, as everyone should. Yeah, so I mean, the brew review time is a good time. It's everyone's thirsty for brew review time, you bet. So now, is this movie a after school special? Meaning I almost said the Beekeeper again, the Beekeeper. No, the Beekeeper is not a woke after school special whatsoever. Although there is an overtly racist comment from Emmy Raver-Lampman toward Statham, where she says something about like a white man being in her mom's house. To that, I'm like, what's his race got to do with that anyway, right? But however, we live in a more enlightened society where it's considered okay to be racist towards white people, because of slavery 150 plus years ago. But that being said, there's really no woke that I can recall in the Beekeeper. I keep wanting to say Beerkeeper. Stop that. I should have that cured by Thursday night, okay, where I won't be calling it the Beerkeeper anymore, okay? So, but real quick here, let me just mention it to you that if you're watching this show live and you like what you're seeing, like what you're hearing, and you want to show a little financial love to myself, on Rumble, you can give what's called a Rumble rant. And that's where you can, like share like $1. You can, donate $1 to me or $2 or however much you want on Rumble, and that's via the dollar sign button there at the bottom of the live chat and Rumble on pill.net. If you're watching me on there, you can give me what's called a gold pill, okay? And if you want some appreciation or want to show some appreciation for my modest my modest efforts for you, okay, in this show. And then on YouTube, you can give what's called a super chat. And again, there's a dollar sign there on YouTube as well. But that's I just wanted to kind of remind you guys about that. Just always good to see if anyone's willing to show a little financial appreciation, which is a little bit more than a attaboy, right? An attaboy there, Van, for a great show. If you throw a little money my way, always appreciate it. I appreciate that. So right there. Unfolding Joker says, I've got all my time zones down. You got that right. You bet. I had to practice for many, many years to get my time zones down. So, my final thoughts about the movie The Beekeeper is essentially I would go check this out because it will entertain you. If you're into 90s era action movies, if you're not into it, you'll probably be bored stiff. You'll just be rolling your eyes the whole time. Plus Statham has got his typical British badass charisma like you see in the Furious movies and others. So just remember to turn your brain off and just let the gunfire and explosions and limbs flying everywhere just take over, okay? That's what the Beekeeper is all about. It's not trying to be Oppenheimer, okay? It's not trying to be this intellectual movie. It's not trying to be a Merchant Ivory British drama or anything like that. So no, it is what it is. It's bullets flying everywhere along with all the limbs and that kind of thing. So, but I just appreciate you guys watching this episode of Movies Merica Live, a Beekeeper version of Movies Merica Live. And so let me do this here. I want to make sure, see if we got any on Pilled. If you're watching on Pilled, okay, and watching live in particular, you are about to get a little payoff right here potentially, okay, because I am about to do what we call releasing the scratching, okay. And I'm going to release that. And then if you're live in the live chat on pill.net, you can claim the scratchings. Okay, you can get yourself a little moolah maybe. Okay, something good in your Christmas stocking. Even though we're about as far away from Christmas as we can possibly get at this point. Okay, but let me get to the release in here. See if we got anything to release. And all right. The scratching has been officially released, everybody. So that is out there for you to get in on. Okay, so because I want to see my pilled posse get on in there. All right, so and Unfolding Joker, look at you. Appreciate the $2 Rumble rant out there. So showing me some financial love. So I salute you General Unfolding Joker, for showing some financial love here to yours truly, okay? And so, as always, I just want to let you guys know and remind you to get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves, all right? Thanks, everyone, for watching either live or watching the recording, okay? See ya.
Hey, everybody! Hey! I got the police after me. They're coming after me, okay? But I got just enough time to ask you. Just like this video, if you would, and then subscribe to this channel, okay? I'm gonna be in handcuffs pretty soon. I gotta tell you. Hey, so before they haul me off, make sure you watch these videos over here, okay? And thanks for watching this video and the Till Death Podcast Network, okay? I gotta go.